Okay, so we're here. This will be my first, like, I guess, ranked critique, or I don't really know what this is going to be called yet. But this will be my first time, like, kind of like critiquing my gameplay and trying to give like some reasoning for making some plays and things to think about when you're playing solo dolo, especially if you're doing no comms. And that's kind of like the whole point of this entire like series, really, is to give insight to other players who might be playing solo with no comms and they don't want to have comms. Things to think about, how to play and all of that jazz. This episode, I'm thinking, is going to be kind of like a don't get discouraged kind of theme, because I, at this point in this gameplay here, this will be my first placement match. So when I when I am like any particular rank yet, but this is my first time playing like somewhat seriously in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I was about 2 weeks, because I've been playing other games and just kind of been, I haven't been like no lifing finals, right? I'm playing other stuff. So this will be my first like time coming back and actually like trying to, feel the groove, if you want to call it that. So just keep that in mind. Don't roast me too much. I'm gonna do that myself. But yeah, just keep that in mind. We are going to kind of just get straight into it. So we're going to rank here, and I want to point this out immediately. So one of the things I like doing is looking at the scoreboard. Looking at the scoreboard for the match when it starts, kind of understand what we're playing against, or what we're probably going to be playing against. I check it once we get in, and I check it like around like 10 seconds or so. So this is me checking it for the first time. And I want you guys to just know one thing. I haven't played in a while, so me checking and stuff really isn't doing all that good, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not keeping the information. So when I check it this time, I'm not really processing what I'm seeing here. And you should be taking these things into consideration. Pink, for example, is triple heavy. That's really important to know. Pink is triple heavy. Both the other two teams are double medium heavy. So there's no other lights in this lobby. Again, really important to know, especially if you're playing light, that there's no other lights in the lobby. I went into this, even though I checked, because it's habit, because I know it's habit, I still wasn't paying attention to it. Don't do that. Pay attention to this. This is important information, okay? Something also you should probably take note of that my friends do a little bit better than I do, and that is looking at what your teammates' gadgets and stuff are. I never do this. You should. If you're playing solo, 100% take note of what your teammates are using gadget-wise. You can press like a button to like kind of bring up what their gadgets are. Take note of that. It's really important. I recommend it. I'm going to try to do that more myself this season, but we go ahead and say Uwu, my classic Uwu when I'm playing solo. So, here's some things to take note when you start the game. When you start the game off, look at the scoreboard, that's fine, whatever. First box is here. Obviously, that's where we're going to go. From this spawn, you wanna just be more. You want to be aware of where your opponents can spawn at. And there's a spawn back here, like back in this little corner back here. I think there's a spawn like right behind this building, like over here somewhere. And those are only two spawns I know off the top of my head. I think there might be another spawn back over here somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure on that. My Nozomi knowledge is admittedly still not as great as it probably should be, but just take note of those kind of spawns, right? So we're gonna pause. So we're gonna play a little bit, and right here, let's back up. See if I can back up a little bit here. Back right here. I see movement back there. It's really hard to see, but I see movement back here, and I know that that's a player. So immediately I'm like, okay, there's a guy back there. Let me try to ping. So this is me pulling out my weapon, because you don't know if you sometimes you can have a little bit more accurate pings if you like ADS and like look at whatever you're trying to ping at. You sometimes have a little bit more accurate pings, because sometimes the pings go all over the place. So I'm trying to like ping where they are, but it didn't go through. I'm a little annoyed, but it is what it is. Either way, I know they're coming up here. Both my teammates are behind me. I can hear them behind me. So I know they're behind me. I know we're fine. I know no one's going down this way. So we go here and we open this door. Mind you, we know that the opponent is in front of us. So naturally, I'm always going to be pre-aiming, or what should have been pre-aiming. That was just a weird, like I said, I'm getting back into the groove. Don't roast me too much, because that was some what the fuck movement, right? Either way, you want to look here. You see the people there. One blue base already pushed in, which is kind of fine, whatever. You didn't know already. Shooting a little bit, you know, going back. We're going to break this zip line so no one can flank us. We push in, and at this point, there's a guy right here in front, right? Now listen. I hooked a foot to my right, so I immediately turned to deal with that. Unfortunately, it just didn't go well, and all of this is happening, right? Now I want to go back. I want to go back before I get deep in here. So right here, when I hear that there's someone behind me, what I should have done is I should have moved like up a little bit, knowing he's over here. And right here, instead of me like moving forward even more, I should have just been ready to shoot because I knew someone was up here, right? I should have been just ready to shoot at this point in time. But instead, I moved over some more, over here, which is separating myself from this side, knowing that there was goo here. So now someone could push in. Someone could push in and have a little bit of cover for my teammates and help this guy shoot me. Which luckily isn't what ended up happening here. But I do acknowledge that this could happen. So I dropped down and tried to, like, you know, re-engage if you want to call it. Unfortunately, this is just all bad. Don't want to talk about it. At this point in time, I'm thinking, what the fuck am I doing? Because I know I'm better than this. I'm thinking, what am I doing? I shouldn't. This is just bad. That was just horrible. Like, and when you're playing ranked, when you're playing even quick cash, doesn't matter what. When you're playing anything, especially playing solo dolo, you might have a little bit of pressure because you don't want to be the shitter on your team. You know, you don't want to be the one that's doing the worst on your team. You don't want to be that guy that's bringing the team down, right? You don't want to do that, especially if you know yourself that you're better than what you're playing at. You don't want to be that dude. Something that I do whenever I do play like this, something to take note of, is that when you do play like this, when you play like shit, you're playing like definitely what you shouldn't be playing at. Take a breath. Think to yourself. Get your shit together. Do whatever you need to do. But just keep in mind, you don't want to let this gameplay get to you. Because if you do, you're going to get tilted. You get tilted, and you don't know what tilted means. It basically means you're no longer thinking straight, and you're doing whatever you can to try to do better, but you're trying too hard, and you're not thinking, like, you're not using your brain. You're not thinking reasonably, kind of thing. You're just kind of letting your emotions play. That's essentially what tilted means on like a base level, but you don't want that to happen. So at this point, I'm kind of like a little annoyed. I get defabbed immediately, and at this point, one of my teammates is dead. The heavy's dead. Medium's here. I'm getting defabbed. I'm half health. I know there was someone above me, so my natural thing is to go left. And then try to look through here. I see my teammates up there. I'm like, okay. I tried to get a glitch nade there, but I forgot I just got defabbed. Don't have a glitch nade yet. So I'm gonna run up, grab his body, and try to like just get a reset. Now at this point, something else you want to take note of, especially if you're solo, is we haven't even touched this box yet. No one's tapped it. My first thought when I'm about to get this res is someone needs to tap this box. The box needs to be tapped. And I'm thinking about the other box about to get plugged right now, right? So, as a solo, you have your options here are limited. Depending on what happens next, if you get the res here and your teammate is still like alive, whatever, it might be worth just swapping over to go to the next point if it gets banked soon. Just because this box hasn't even got tapped yet, you know? If it does get tapped and your teammates are still here, then I mean, sure, you could probably stay and just fight it and just, you know, do it. But you don't want to have your boxes be staggered too much like this, because that means easy third party, and you don't want to do a third party like that. You don't want to do that. But let's see what happens. Get the res. At this point, this boss has been tapped. The other boss has been plugged by ping. And now I'm just getting ran over by this. What happened there, right? What happened here? So I'm gonna move back, move forward a little bit. So what ended up happening here? We move up, I'm looking for them, I see a guy here. Unfortunately, it's a heavy. I'm trying to like get an angle. I'm trying to like break a little bit of distance here. I don't really want to be close to a heavy. And he has SA. He got the first shot on me. He got the second shot on me. At this point, I should leave. But I continue to shoot a little bit. I'm trying to rotate back to my teammate over this way. Realizing that's not going to work. I tried to cut corner. Didn't work out. It is what it is. It is what it is. Honestly, this was just kind of bad. It ain't much to say there. We wipe. Probably for the best. We just need to press restart. Right now, currently, I'm thinking, what am I doing? I should not be playing like that. And I'm kind of giving myself like a mental like refresh, if you want to call it. To like, we gotta play better than this. You should be moving my camera around. You should be like scouting out what's going on everywhere. But anyway, on respawn, I say we're going to pink. It's good to like kind of keep your team together, even playing solo. You don't necessarily have to take charge. You just want to like inform your team where you're going, where you're thinking of going, and then that way, if they don't want to go that way, they can just say no or something, and you can just follow that way. Here, I'm kind of feeling the groove again. I'm using my gadgets, heal them up. My shots are still kind of whatever. I see this fight going on. We push in here, and this is a pretty decent fight, I'd say. I think this is a pretty decent like team fight. We got plenty of time on the point, so we're not going to like immediately go for it or nothing like that. There's definitely stuff we could have done differently in this scenario, but for what it's worth currently, it's not that big of a deal. We're not going to get into that. That'll probably be for like another video. Now we got the point. Something to note, we just wiped pink, right? Pink just wiped. Orange just wiped over here at purples, right? Purple have no reason to come over to us because this point is going to be done by the time they get over here. So in pink, again, they don't respawn. They're going to be coming up really soon. So something you want to take note of when you're in a scenario like this, as a solo, is one, pink likely won't make it back in time, meaning they have to go over there. Orange just wiped, so they definitely won't make it here in time. What you could do is go over to purple now and try to take their point, right? Or if you can get your team to be on both, you can like ping over there and try to go. What I opt to do, since I'm not really playing that well right now, and I don't think my team's playing the best currently either, I opt to instead, I have a TP by the point, I opt to instead just like wait a little bit, make sure we have it before I do this, right? I'm standing here because I know that they didn't spawn like nearby, so it's fine. I throw the TP kind of like this area because I'm guessing that the boss is going to spawn over here or like up here somewhere. And in which case, it doesn't. But that's my guess. I was guessing we're going to spawn there and it straight up did spawn there. It is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit here. And we're going to fast forward right here. So what ends up happening here? We're going to go over here. And we see my teammates getting shot. They hit shots happening behind me. So immediately I want to get up here and try to see what he's shooting at. He gets the kill, so I'm like, cool. One kill. This guy on the bridge here. Now this should be an easy beam, but again, I'm not feeling it. My shots are just kind of shit. It is what it is. But we end up killing him anyway. It is what it is. Teammates weak. We have heal. We heal him up a little bit. Get back to the box. As a light, at least as the invis light, as the light in general on your team, if you're solo dolo, you should, especially if you're like LMH, you're probably going to be the box guy, right? You're the one carrying the box, most likely. So I'm over here going back to the box. I know that we have two down. There's two oranges down currently. And it seems like the last one's in there somewhere. I have the box, and we're going to move over to the point. Now here's the thing here. Right here, I have a choice to go to this point or C. C or D? I think that's D. C or D. Now, this is what I mean when I say like I'm not feeling it. I'm looking at D because this is where I wanted to go originally, and I'm thinking, oh, it looks like that box is already started because it looks like a different color. It looks like it's already started, so I'm going this way. But then I hear people below me, directly below me, and I'm like, never mind, that's a bad idea. And I realized that this point has not been started yet because it clicked in my brain that purple just finished, so it couldn't possibly be started yet, you know? I have the first box. But, so let me try to move forward. I'm trying to move forward. Blue just got another orange. He's one of the ones that got reds though. Unluckily, one of the oranges did follow me and they took the box. I wasn't aware of this. This likely maybe wouldn't have happened this way if I had just kept moving to this direction soon and just realized it. If I didn't realize it, that's totally on me. I take full blame for this death and losing the box here. It is what it is. That being said, I am noting that purple is currently fighting orange for this box, it seems. Purple's currently here, but looks like the other box is also having a little fight going on. Mostly because both the points are relatively close to each other, so it's kind of like frantic, I think. But either way, it's important to know that no team has wiped yet. So we get up here. We're using an invis here to kind of scout. Now, we're not going to shoot yet. If you're playing invis and you're in a scenario like this, you don't want to shoot yet. It's two of them there. If you shoot, yeah, sure, maybe you kill one of them, but you're 1000% dead to the second guy. Like, you're still alive, you know. We're not going to shoot just yet. We're going to wait. I ping to let my teammates know that they're here. And then right here, this is the perfect opportunity. One guy's caught out. He got shot a little bit. One dude's over here, and the last one's inside the dome. Meaning, easy cleanup, gotta kill. We gotta pick. I get shot in my butt, and I know, at this point, I'm aware that the other two purples in front of me, which means that the person that shot me had to be another team. I'm aware of this. Unfortunately, I'm not on comm, so I can't relate to my team. Hey, there's another team here. But I know there's another team here at this point. They go in, and I'm like, okay, I'll try to go back on this side invis to see if I can, like, you know, support from this angle. Luckily, there's a guy right there. They get the kill on him. We also got a death. I missed shots there again. I'm going ahead to try to chase, but like finish this guy off. I realize it's not going to happen because the heavy's there too. Heavyweight's the RPG. We're going to go ahead and leave. Try to take a body and just get a res and try to reset this. We don't really want to wipe, so we're going to get a res here. Now, because I know there's two teams here, I'm going to drop a TP. And my goal here is to just kind of like grab the body and like get out, sort of thing. When I don't really want to stay here. Luckily, my teammate here, Black Mage, is also like, hey, let's go to the other point. I guess because he realized there's two teams here and all that jazz. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna grab this body, I grabbed it a little sloppily, but we got it. I will say right here, when you hear that sound at the end, a team wiped, orange wiped. So at this point, we could still fight this. After we get the rest, we could still fight this. There's only one team there now. But I see my teammates still running forward. Cool, we're gonna go fight pink. We're going to hit right here. And I see this guy right here shooting. It's a pink. That means pink has this point. That means there's only two pinks left alive right now. And remember, at this point I am cognitive that it's triple heavy. So I know that there's two more heavies. He goes for defib and I hit the minigun. So I'm like, okay, there goes one of the heavies. And the last guy's flamethrower. It's like, okay, boop. You got both the kills, nice. Here as the light, you want to pick up the medium first since he has defib. And now I'm immediately just going to run straight to the box. He's going to pick the heavy up. Medium went straight to the box. Throw a TP up there. And yeah, I hit the box. Of course I do. Of course I did. In hindsight, we had a little bit of time left. We still had like maybe about 6-7 seconds left before like we had to get on the point. So I could have been a little bit more cautious here, but I was frantic. I definitely wasn't like cool, calm, collected at this point. I was definitely more frantic than anything. And it is what it is. But now we got the point. 27k. Pink's back. And at this point in time, you should be thinking about like the score. And I'm gonna let this play out for a second. Okay. Now right here. So 1v1 left. The two heavies is dead. Two heavies dead, both teammates dead. There's one heavy left and I'm alive. This guy right here is a flamethrower. Okay? He's a flamethrower. I'm 100 health. If he like taps me like for like a second, I'm going to die to bone. You should be thinking about the score at this scenario. When you're like about a minute in, you'd be thinking about the score. Here's how it kind of breaks down, right? If we were to wipe, right, we're going to lose quite a bit of money. I think we're at 24 currently, which means that if one of these two teams get the next box, or bank and get the next box, they will be able to like be close. Orange currently wouldn't matter, but pink would matter. So I'm keeping in mind that I don't want to wipe here. Or at least I should be keeping in mind on my wife here. I don't think I was keeping it in mind at this point. I don't think I was thinking about it. But I know he's in there. I know he's playing those, so I'm not like too worried. He doesn't have like range. If I just keep him at range, I'll be okay. We get a res, be safe. He doesn't push out nowhere. We're gonna go ahead and res the other guy. The heavy heal, in my opinion, shouldn't have pushed out, but he does. And I want to heal him. Like you see, I'm going for the heal here. And unfortunately, he got hooked. It is what it is. I do a glitch. I think that's the first glitch I do. I'm still kind of getting back into the rhythm. It is what it is. They push in. I'm getting some shots. Not great shots, but I'm getting some shots in. Again, I'm still really annoyed at how I'm aiming and how my shot is, but either way, get a kill. I know there's another one down there weak, so I'm looking for him to try to kill him too. At this point, I think I could like grab it from up there, which I couldn't. I end up falling down, and I'm like, come on, get the rest. Now, I hear the heavy behind me, and as you can see, I'm getting grappled here. Now, here's what I'm talking about, okay? Here's the problem. If we were to wipe, we're gonna go down to like 24, 25k, right? The last box is worth 18k. If they banked it too, then that's an additional 4k, which will say banked it as well. So they're at 7k currently, plus 18, that put them at 25, right? If Orange gets this, and we wipe, they will probably be ahead of us. Same thing with Pink. So let's see what happens here. We wiped. Now we're at 24k. This is bad now, because now if either one of these two teams get it, we are less than them. So not good, not good. What I should have done is I should have just played my life and just not bothered to go down there. I should have played my life, but I didn't do that. And now we kind of need the box, or at least we need to do something here. We kind of need to do something here. Currently, though, if we do some math, here, this will be 25k, right? So we're only like 2 kills behind, give or take, about 2 kills behind. So if we get 2 kills, we will technically still be ahead of Orange, assuming they don't get no kills. Or they wipe. If they wipe, that's also really good for us, and if Orange keeps it and they wipe, then that's even better. But Pink getting it is really bad for us. So, that being said, I know we need the point. We have 30 seconds left. We gotta go straight in.
Not what you wished for?
You don't gotta go immediately, but you gotta know that you gotta go for the point. Now, Purple just wiped, so we at least know there's only 2 teams left. Orange also just wiped, so it's only 1 team left. Now, at the time, I didn't note that Orange just wiped. It doesn't really matter, they didn't really lose that much, but it's important to know that they did just wipe. So here, which also very unfortunate this happened, because what I'm happening here is I was going to go down here and kill this Pink, but as I'm going down, my teammate hooks the box, and the box ends up hitting me here, which solves like a mantle, and it just threw me all kinds of off, and I'm just dead. But you see here, we got a kill. We got a kill. We also got 2 dead. At this point, we are at 25, 4, right? 4. That means we're all about 100 in front of Orange. If we don't wipe, we're good to go. Again, I'm not thinking about it at this time. I think at this point, I think we lost because I wasn't thinking about the score. I think we lost at this point. Well, that sucks. Luckily though, we don't wipe here. And we're good. He didn't die, luckily. If he died, we lose. But he didn't die. Even if he didn't get that kill, we still would have been fine. But he got the kill too, so it's even better, you know? So cool. We won the first round. Let's go. It was sloppy as shit. Did we deserve that win? In my opinion, probably not. Could have played a lot better. As I've been trying to detail in this, could have played a lot better. But hey, a win's win. Second game here. I'm in the mindset of, hey, I need to do better than what I was doing. And that's what I'm aiming to try to do this time. We got this spawn. This spawn's pretty, in my opinion, probably one of the better spawns for this box. So we know we're dealing with Pink here. And it's a D-mat. So this is a D-mat medium. And it sounds like it's a buzz pistol. Get some shots on the heavy. Not great shots, but we got some shots in. Now I'm checking the scoreboard to see who he just killed, because my teammate killed a guy. I can't see who it is. Oh, he killed Lucky Rig and Unique Atlas, which I know at this point that if I didn't get the assist, then I know the Heavy's still alive. And I know he's still weak, so that's a pretty easy kill. So now we go ahead and take the box, and we can go ahead and leave. Purple also white, so take note. But we are going to go ahead and fast forward because nothing really happens at this point. Now here, as a solo, or not even just as a solo, as a light in general, you want to position yourself in a way where you can like kind of see where the spawns are and like get some shots into people as they're coming in, or get jumps on them and stuff, like get some free damage really. Me personally, I like throwing a gateway near the point like this. It's kind of like both an escape as well as a get close to the point gateway. But now I'm looking at spawns. They won't spawn to the left. It looks like they spawned over there. So we'll go ahead and move over yonder and just wait in Viz, waiting for people to show up. There go one. I don't shoot him. I shoot this guy instead. That guy's one shot. I'm gonna go back here and try to like get the finishing kill on him. I see this dude up here, which is the light. And as much as I want to like shoot him, I know this guy's back here. So I want to just finish him off real quick. Now I'm going up here because I know the light's pushing my teammate. We get the heals off, save him from dying. And now I know the last guy is probably back to getting the res. We get some shots in. Not great shots, but we get some shots in. And now we're just able to kind of like just, you know, clean it up really. This is pretty much an easy cleanup fight. In my opinion, I think this fight was done relatively well. Obviously, again, could have been better in some cases in terms of like positioning with like both my teammates and even me. Like maybe I should have shot the light then, since I know the dude by this one shot, and if he came out, I could just like shoot him or push him to cover or something. But I think ultimately it planned out pretty well. I'm not going to harp on what happened there too much, at least not right now. Now we're just kind of watching spawn. I know this spawned there, I know this spawned back there. Doesn't look like no one spawned this side yet. So yeah, they spawned over there. So now we just head back over and let's see what's what. It looks like it's orange. Shows me by the sonar. Maybe I know that it's orange. And at this point, I see the points like relatively close. I want to get closer to the point. Flamethrower heavy. And I know the last guy now is the heavy. So I know the last guy's heavy. I know he's in there. He just took the body. And so here's the thing. Here's what you shouldn't do. He's a flamethrower. You shouldn't go through this door. I go through this door like a dumbass. You shouldn't go through this door. I did go through the door. We get some shots in, but I went out immediately because I realized I shouldn't be this close to him. I realized when I did it, I shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't do that. What I do next is what I should have done the first time. And instead of like going through that door, I should have went over here through the window and did the exact same thing. Only, you know, my teammate opened the door, but this is what I should have did the first time. You always want to think about what your opponent's using and how it can potentially kill you. Especially like the situation that this is in. Like this is a really small room, small doorway, flamethrower. I shouldn't do that. You know, I'm a light.
It's not deception, it's choreography.
But this is again kind of what I'm talking about from the previous game. I was playing pretty shit, and now I'm playing, I wouldn't say like amazing or nothing like that, but I'm playing a lot better than I was, you know? Again, it's really important you don't get yourself discouraged or like get into your own head about how you're playing. You always want to maintain the fact that you know you play better than this, you can do better, you will do better, and just kind of keep that going, right? Currently, if you like compare this game to the last game, you'll maybe be able to sort of see that I'm playing with a little bit more confidence in my like, in everything I'm doing. Playing a little bit more confidence. I'm playing more. I don't really know how to put it besides confident. I'm just playing better, playing differently. At any rate though, let's get into a fight here. And these are always the awkward moments you should think about when you're playing light or solo dolo. You want a bank box, right? But you also don't want to like leave your team per se. But in this scenario, I think we're fine to just try to go and bank. It looks relatively open. And both my teammates are like healthy here, so I'm going for the bank. And it looks like that's going to be perfectly fine. Now Medium did get chipped a little bit there. But again, I think it's mostly fine. We're good to go. Something else you want to do is always kind of like set up a little bit. Like, I like blocking this off a teensy bit, if I can.
Gateway 1.
Throw my gateway down. And then we sit right here because we know the other box is over here. Now, this goes both ways. This goes both ways. I don't ever recommend shooting people if you don't need to. So if you ever like look at my combat and stuff, my combat is mostly always going to be because I got into a fight that I had to get into. Not like a fight that I shot some people just because I could, you know? So you're gonna see like here in a couple of minutes, in a couple of hits, like this guy right here. I could shoot this dude. I could shoot him. I likely won't kill him, but I could shoot him. But the problem with shooting him means that I'm also giving away my position, right? So let's say I did shoot him. There's a guy that just came with the zip line right here. If I shoot him, he likely is gonna shoot me back. I'm not gonna kill him with Emil, right? I'm not gonna kill him with Emil. I know my shot. I'm not killing him with Emil. I shoot him, he shoots me back. This guy comes with the zip line, and now he shoots me. I'm dead. I'm dead. All because I decided to shoot that guy. You know, you don't want to jump the gun. It's a little different if you're an aimer and you're able to beam people and stuff. Like you know you're a really good aimer. Then it's a little different, because then you probably could get away with shooting this dude and like killing him, and then backing out before this guy comes up and kills you. You probably could get away with that. I can't get away with that. I know what I can do, and you shouldn't be trying to do stuff that you know you can't do. You know what I mean? You know your limitations. Anyway, they both hold through while we're ready for this fight. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm invis and there's a sonar on there. What are you doing? Why are you still there? If you don't know, I made a video on like this exact thing. As long as I'm relatively still when the sonar's going off, they won't see me. Now, I dropped down. I didn't necessarily want to drop down, which is kind of bad here. What I could have done here though, which I didn't consider, I could have. I dropped down, we get some shots in right here. I might have been able to use this goo and just jump back up. Might have. Maybe not, but maybe. No, actually I don't think I could. No, I couldn't. I don't think I could. No, I couldn't. Now this is really bad. I'm just falling down. Let me back up just to like show what's going on here. So teammates gets a kill on one of them. I'm not sure which one that was. It was either me or one light. And flamethrower heavy still alive, I see. And my heavy is now dead. Now I fall down, can't get back up. I need to throw my TP down to get back up. And it doesn't matter. My team did it. I ain't do shit. My team got it. You know, that was really bad all around, position wise. Everything was just really bad. It was unlucky placement, unlucky everything. I fell through the hole. Very unlucky. So I want to now just talk about what I could have done better here to have all of what transpired not happen, right? What I could have done better. First off, the first thing here was right there. Right here. Instead of me like trying to look down here and see if I can like maybe see him here, instead of me even trying to do that, I could have just walked over here to like walk this way around and just jumped over here to like the stair or something. But I don't do that. I do this instead, which not ideal. I realized it immediately. I try to get back up. So that was my first mistake, but I corrected it by not staying there and dying, right? I corrected my mistake. What I could have done at this point, right here, is instead of like dropping down this way, I could have maybe instead went over here, which probably would have been safer. I could have went over here instead, but running on the same time as my teammate, and that might have been safer. I do run there's two things here, right? One, I'm not aware there's a hole here, right? Maybe I could have been, wait, let's see if we saw the hole before, hold on. Let me see if I even noticed that the hole was there prior. Because if I did, or if I could have, then that's on me. Yes, so there's no hole here currently, right? There is no hole here. There's no hole here. So taking that into consideration, But it ended up dropping here. And then we ended up dropping another floor. Yeah. So I didn't know there was, so there was no hole there, at least I saw previously. If there was a hole, by all means, let me know. But I wasn't aware there was a hole there. So that's on me. But I still probably could have also opted to go around to the staircase and took spike from the same time my medium was at. That is something I could have maybe done. Now, I don't necessarily think that was the play to make, because they are obviously fighting my teammate from this angle. So naturally, if I could get the angle from behind, then that would, you know, that would be ideal. But it's just unfortunate I fell down like this. At this point, I should know I can't just jump up. I should have just immediately put my TP down and came back up like this. But either way, it's fine. We won the fight. That's all that matters. But those are just some things that I could have maybe done a little bit differently. Again, the main thing is that I fell down at the beginning here. And me falling down right here is realistically what is like the problem. Again, what I should have done here instead of doing what I did is either walk over to the side that they are at and just like try to look from the same angle. Or I could have maybe like walked over here and then jump down this way towards the stairs and just you take the stairs side over here. I could also maybe try to do that instead. But, or even if I wanted to, I could have wasted my, well not really wasted, I could have used my TP here to get over here too. Really quickly. But, it is what it is. But anyway, let's continue on with the rest of the match. So, now we're going ahead and just like finishing up this point. We're finishing up this point. We can just go ahead and like fast forward a little bit. We do see that there's people in front of us. Orange. Really bad shots on my part. It is what it is. It is what it is. This guy's one shot. We push him. Get that kill. Easy peasy. Now we know we're up one. Medium's dead. One of them looks like the heavy's dead. And now the light's dead. Everyone's dead. Our medium is low-key popping off right now. Love to see it. As I say that, he gets one shot. Absolutely love to see that too. But it's another team. You don't want to, again, right here, you don't want to jump the gun with your invis. You don't want to do that, okay? If I shoot right here, I fucking die, right? And this is something that I want, even people that don't play invis, if you see your teammates do this, you need to understand, at least obviously, you know, in circumstances like this, you need to understand that they probably want to help, but they can't yet. They need to wait for the best moments to do it. So like right here, if I shoot him, I'm dead to this guy, and then not knowing that this is the dude there, I would have been dead to him too. If I shoot this guy, I would have died to this guy, and then he would have peeked back out. You know? So you just wait, you wait, you wait. At this point, all three of them jumping up here. I see a teammate up here, and now I know that they don't know I'm here, so I can shoot one of them. Luckily didn't get the fucking kill because I am fucking trash. We didn't get the kill, but actually he might have died. He might have died to like this explosion. And yes, he did die to the explosion. So he did die. I just didn't get credit for the kill because he died to this explosion instead. But he did die. He's right. He just got defibed. It looks like I did acknowledge that too.
Blitz grenade out.
Both teammates are dead. At this point, I am being more cognitive of like the score and stuff. I'm feeling like the groove again a little bit. I'm feeling the groove a bit. At this point, we don't want to wipe. We don't want to wipe. So I'm just gonna play my life here. Not really gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna play the life. I'm gonna go TP over here, just in case I need to like, you know, immediately escape. We have a smoke canister here to help get the res, like in secrecy. And that's what we do. We get the red secrecy, easy peasy. Now, the score here doesn't matter, because the only way this would matter is if they double bank. Then it could matter. Teammate, again, gets another kill, we're vibing. They do double bank. It is double bank. So now, it really matters that we don't wipe. We need to not wipe, and we need to stay ahead of purple in terms of kills. Because currently we're only 2 kills ahead of purple. So. But most importantly, we want to not wipe. We're now only 1 kill ahead of purple. But again, we just don't want to wipe. We don't necessarily need the box. We just don't want to wipe. So they got that kill there. It's important to, again, kind of play cautiously. You don't need to do anything. We just got a kill. We got 2 more kills. So now we're about 3 kills ahead of purple.
Get ready for teleportation.
That's my escape TP, for just in case purposes. We clear up the backside of this. We don't gotta worry about people coming from behind us.
Took a hit.
Now, real quick, I know this isn't necessarily relevant. Did anyone else see that?
Took a
Doesn't it look like someone's here? I know it's my teammate Shadow reflecting off of the door, but doesn't this look like there's a guy there?
hit.
Like
Took a hit.
looking back at it now, I see what happened, but at the time, that's why I'm looking at the door, I'm like, what? I thought that was weird, but anyway. See, my teammate goes in, and again, I'm playing really cautiously. As the solo, granted they also might be solos too, but as a solo, you want to, so specifically as a solo light, medium and heavy might be a little different. Well, heavy might be a little different. Medium could be depending on your playstyle. As the solo light though, who's not on comms, again that's important, you want to sort of be the one that doesn't die. In a scenario like this where you can't wipe, you do not want to be the one that also goes down, because you can't, I don't want to say it like this, but you can't trust your teammates to not die, you know? You gotta trust yourself. So in this scenario, I'm purposely not trying to push in anywhere that I don't need to. I'm not trying to do more than we need to do. Currently, we're 1 kill ahead, and that's kind of fine. Orange is wiped, we're only 1 kill ahead. They're down there, they go all the purple, so this is excellent. Now, because I know this all purple, I do want to get one of these kills. So I go out here to try to like get one of them, didn't get it. Don't want to die though. And we managed to get it, luckily. We managed to get it luckily, because one of my teammates got a kill and I think they also got a kill. So we got like, they went forward and we went forward. But we got it, that's what's important here. We went through that one without dying, pretty good. Our medium popped off, high key. But we're kind of just there to kind of be supportive and just help them out, you know. This is our goal as the light. As the Invis like supporty like, as that's what I'll say my playstyle is, kind of like the sub DPS support like. This is kind of what my goal is, to kind of like be kind of like the backbone of the team, really. I'm just a support dude, I'm just here to help you guys stay alive, and also do DPS and, you know, get some cheeky angles and stuff, but my main thing is just keeping the team alive and keeping us from wiping. That's like my main thing, really. And you're gonna maybe see that throughout the rest of this little rank series too. But that's kind of like the main playstyle that I have. But now it looks like we'll be fighting Pink next. So looking pretty good. Pink is the team with the flamethrower, and that is something I have noted. I'm like, okay, they had a flamethrower. Maybe they won't in the last round, but they had one at the very least. And I'm keeping note of that. That's very important to keep note of as a light, because if you're not, you might get cooked, literally. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and just explain my reserve options real fast. So, I know this like ball's kind of in the way. If anyone knows a better way to like do this, let me know in the comments. But, so, my reserve options, right? We have Goo, Thermal, and Stun Gun, or Nullifier. Nullifier used to be Thermal Vision, but obviously Thermal is currently out the game. So, we have this as our loadout. So the reason why this is my reserve options, the Goo is for more defensive play. Like, I can't really tell you exactly when I would want to use Goo over other things in my kit here. But whatever it will be replacing the healing emitter, most likely. In most cases, it'll be replacing this. So maybe if we had like triple light or something, maybe I would like potentially opt to change the healing emitter for like Goo or something here. The Thermal Bore is only here for suspended structures. That's the only time I would ever use Thermal Bore, is if it's suspended structures or, well, that's it really, just suspended structures. Maybe not now, since they trying to change the suspended structures like operate, so maybe not now, but this is what I would mostly use it for. And Nullify is kind of like a work in progress testing thing. I haven't really utilized it too much yet. It's because it is kind of set for a test. But this is but that's kind of like this explain. Oh, my ARN. The ARN here is for maps that I have that's more rangy. So like Kyoto, maybe Kyoto Banal, depending on the variant, maybe Monaco or Skyway. But typically I'm probably just gonna rock XP, at least in rank currently. Maybe that'll change, maybe. I know there's better weapons, but I like XP, and even though I know it's ranked, I do still want to have fun. And I'd rather just use what I want to use than to use what I know is quote unquote better. I do want to prioritize fun more so than anything else at all times. But now we are at the final round. And final round, since it is a little bit different, you don't need to go for the box immediately here. But since there's no one here, I'm like, okay, sure, why not? This part is really unfortunate what happens here, but so we're just waiting around. Blue base shoots. And then I'm about to go like bam, 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 bam. And then they come to the door like, okay. I eat a red candy. I'm gonna be honest, this entire fight is just chopped. We're just gonna, this fight was just chopped up. We was chilling. We was vibing. Just shooting our guns at the wall, you know. There's not really much to say here. We just wasn't, we just wasn't gaming, you know. We wasn't playing the game. We was just chilling. We was having fun, and we don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it. That was just bad, okay? Nah. It is what it is. So, this point here, teammate pinged up top, and something that you need to take note of as a solo, when your teammates ping like this, where it's not like a ping as an enemy, it either means one of two things. A, that they're actually just going up that way, or that's where they want to go or something. Or B, there's enemies up there. So, I always take the option of there's probably enemies up there. So, I'm going to be now looking up there like, is there people up there? And currently I didn't see nothing up here, right? But I want to go behind my teammates here. As now I'm assuming, okay, maybe they just went high ground, which is fine. That's definitely like optimal play, sure.
A holiday gift.
I put a TP here in the stairwell just in case. And then I climb up, and there's definitely people here. At this point, you don't want to be here. Immediately leave. I get like one shot off just as I'm jumping down. I see my team going up, so I'm going up with them. Never mind, we fall down. But we go ahead and get the medium healed up. The heavy still up top, so that's kind of bad. We want to like, you know, get the heavy healed up. We want to get everyone together again. But he seems to be doing okay. He seems to be healing up now. Now I opt to go this way because I want to get a different angle on this fight. Because if we both go the same way, this is a really like easy choke point. I want to utilize the fact that he went up this way and me going up this way to sort of have like a break, different angles, right? There is like these proxy sensors down, which does kind of suck for me as an invis, but it ain't that big of a deal. You can still utilize invis and still like do fine. So I'm not too fussed, you know. We get some shots in. Now the light actually drops down here. And I'm like, okay, we can take this one. Because I know where the other two are up top. And I know, like, at least I hope that they wouldn't be able to freely come out from that little top of that little building. And then just, like, push down on me, you know? So I'm like, okay, I'll take this one. Luckily, he was already weak. So that was a pretty easy kill. We jump up. Now there's two dead. So now hopefully someone goes for the point here. I wanted to get heals off there, but I couldn't. Now, I'm looking around because I'm like, okay, we have two down. What's the other down? I don't know what the other down is, but I do know what the light is. So now I'm like, let me just go back here. He did, in fact, get the light. Here comes the light. We get some easy kills on the light, easy shots on the light. He's dead again. He definitely just got defib. So now I know that also the defib is off cooldown. Well, it's on cooldown. We got two down. Again, because light's dead. And now it's just the medium, probably somewhere. Oh, the medium's now dead too. But now it's just the heavy now, which is probably in the stairwell since the teammate just died at, and he is, and that's an easy wipe. We got it. GG's, well played all around. We go next. Now, this is something I actually do want to show you guys. Like, this obviously isn't part of the video. Like, it's not like important per se. I just want to show you guys this. So maybe a spoiler alert for like a potential video. So these little segments like this, when it's like a platform like this, and then like a ledge above you. What you can do is, if you time it right, you can actually like slide off of this, look up in 180, and climb up. Just something I want to point out. That's it. Now let's go ahead and like fast forward a little bit. So at this point, the box spawning up. The box spawning up, you don't want to be near the box. Well, you can be, but you'll rather like kind of have angles on where people's going to spawn at than tapping the box. Because tapping the box, it doesn't really do anything for you. You know what I mean? It doesn't really do nothing. If I were to be down there tapping the box now, these guys potentially would have shots for free on my two teammates, right? So, either way, we see them coming in. Gives a little bit of shots and a little covering fire, if you will. The lights, straight ball down there. I'm kind of watching, like, you know, is he gonna peek it? He apparently peeks it and gets RPG, so that's W's. Now that I know the light's dead, we're gonna push up a little bit. Kill the medium, this guy behind me. Now look, yes, we won that. Yes, it was good, like in terms of like placement and stuff. But I do want to critique it a little bit. Okay, so this push here is fine. This is fine. I know that there is two more people alive. One being here, and I know that if he's there and I don't see the other guy anywhere here, he has to be behind me. What I should have done here is instead of me jumping down right here, instead of me jumping down, I could have just stood right here on this ledge here and shot this dude. Right? I could have just done that, which would have like not had me open to get shot at from the dude behind me, and I could have just shot him from here. I did not need to jump down. Me jumping down here and me getting shot here, I could have just threw this entire fight away. Just me doing that. Which sounds insane to say, but it's true. Because think about it, right? At this point, I would have been still full health, right? I get shot at. Blueberry's not looking that way immediately. He gets shot at. And look at his health. He's getting melted. He ultimately wins this fight. But think about it. If he hits more shots on me, kills me, he's in a 1v1 against a heavy, who he also hit shots on. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? This, if I just stood right up here, that would have been avoided, and this would have been much cleaner. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. We still won the fight, you know. But it is important to understand where you could have played better for future reference. I'm still not necessarily chalking this entire game up to like anything in particular, because I know that I'm kind of like not feeling it still, kind of a little rusty and all that, you know. But regardless of how you feel, regardless of like, I guess your overall mentality at the time, you should still be considering the fact that you could have played better, you could have done this, you could have done that, to just ultimately both play better, for lack of a better word. Maybe if I was feeling like my normal self, maybe I would have done that. But here, for example, should definitely break the zip line because they're coming up. I realized it quick enough. I should have done that sooner, but I realized it quick enough. Okay, I should probably break the zip line.
Watch out, up here.
Meet him up there is hell.
Unwrap this.
We do a TP up there so we can get over there really quickly if we need to. But at this point though, we kind of just chilling. Get some heals off on the medium. Push in here. Throw a glitch down. Nice. We can't heal them up. I saw my team go down, so I went down with them. And that's important too. So right here. Now, as a light, you don't want to be the person to drop down here. However, if your team is dropping down, you may as well. You know, you can do that. Your team went down there, you can drop down there too. It's okay. They both have it doesn't hurt to just drop down there too. But you should never do that by yourself. Why he jumped off the map, I don't know. I think he may have been BM. I'm not sure what happened there. Because realistically, they do have enough time to come back for one more fight. But it will be kind of rough. But they do have enough time. Now, here's the thing. So I'm looking around at the points where they could be. And I'm noting the box is moving. And it just fell down the floor. So I know they're back there. It would have been sick if the team, if whoever was right here, looks like my heavy. It would have been sick if he pinged that there was enemies here, so I would have known sooner. But it's okay. We get in here, we get some shots. I'm grabbing everything and I want to reload. And at this point, it's fine. We win the game. I want to point this out though, because I think this is really good here. So when I push in here, I noted immediately there's a mine here, and obviously, you know, shooting my opponents. But I noticed that there was a mine there. So I went in the second time. I knew not to go this way, and that I needed to like hug like around and jump back to not hit that mine. At this point, we win the game, and that's all she wrote. But yeah, for this entire like series, I just kind of wanted this to be just understanding. Hey, yes, I know this is like probably low elo because you know it's my first place match. I just want this to be kind of like a understanding for like everyone out there. Don't get discouraged, okay? We started off horrible. And I imagine if like your two teammates, if I was one of my teammates that I would have thought this like ass. Oh god, here we go, right? But then ultimately, we ended up playing pretty well in the end, like at least considerably better than we was. Obviously against a lot of things we could improve, a lot of things we could have done differently. We didn't get into everything in this particular thing, but you know what I mean. And we look at the scoreboard here, 20 elims, 8 deaths, 11 revives, 10k support score, you know, like we did the job that we set out to do. We're kind of like the sub DPS. We got our support up. We did what we need to do. And we also didn't die as much. And my teammates didn't do too bad either. The heavy did some heavy things. The medium was like low-key kind of fragging out too. Like, it works out. Went up pretty well. All things considered. And, well, yeah. More of this kind of episode is that you don't want to get discouraged. Don't want to get discouraged. You don't want to see like this number, like, oh my god, you're 6th seed. Oh my god, it's intermediate, and like be like, oh god, it's gonna be hard to and stuff like that. Don't get discouraged. Don't think too much about it. If you're playing poorly, just know that if you know that you can play better than what you're playing at, just do that. Focus on you playing better, and don't get into your own head. Don't be like, oh my god, I'm so dread. Oh my god, this. Oh my god, that. What am I doing? Like, don't get into your own head about it. Just kind of focus up, or as they say, lock in, you know, lock in, you know. Yeah, more so, like I said, don't get discouraged, keep yourself motivated, vibe on. Hopefully this was a interesting first part. Let me know how I did. Let me know if there's any ways that I can maybe change this setup to make it better. Let me know all that jazz. I think the next one will probably be on my 5th placement game, so like the game that places me into a rank. That'll probably be the next episode. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah. Without further ado, I bid you all adieu. Take care and peace. Bye bye.